I do.
I can't do it. I don't know how to do it anymore because I used to just do it on my cell phone. But if you can't tell, and I have this sweet setup, and so I don't know how to. I'm still the setup got sweet, but my technological little skills got probably worse. So I don't know how to zoom anymore.
To
But
be
anyway,
honest,
you set it up.
they probably just stayed the same.
Yeah, it didn't get
All
better.
right.
It didn't get. This microphone and this camera was like, if I plug this in and it doesn't work, I'm out. And they both just work. I just like plugged them in, and they were like, "Hey, you have a camera and a microphone. You want to use it?" And I was like, "Yes." Okay, we have to. I'm back from Wyoming. Okay. Successful hunt. We'll do the full hunt breakdown episode coming up. Probably not. But we got to get right back into the picks. Thanks for Carlos coming in. Episode where he was on was great. If you haven't seen it, check it out. And he'll be on coming up in the future. We're gonna iron out the schedule a little bit more, and we'll get him back. So you haven't seen the last of Cordova. Okay,
here we go.
Let's do this. Let's start right into it.
Football. Let's go. Give me your pick.
Okay. I'm just going to start with the game that's going on right now. Packers, 49ers. When I turned off the game to walk into the studio, Packers were up 7, and I picked the Packers minus 6.5 because the 49ers had one wide receiver on the active roster coming into this game. One. And I told Jamie that because I was like, oh my gosh. And she was like, that's not a lot, right? I was like, there's usually at least 2 or 3 on the field at any time. There's usually like 5 or 6. So you're right. That is not a lot. And they've just been decimated with injuries. The 49ers, they're hanging in there. I think they're going to play a close game, but I mean, it's not even their fault, but I think the Packers are going to win by a touchdown. So give me the Packers minus 6.5. Packers 27, 49ers 13.
All right, I got Green Bay winning the game. I agree. San Francisco's going to do it, but they're feisty. San Francisco's a tough team. They play physical. I think they're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball well. I have them plus 6.5. Green Bay 23, San Francisco 20. I don't like Green Bay's defense, honestly. That's the big thing. I don't like their defense.
Their defense probably likes Nick Mullins, though. So, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Next, I'm going to go to Denver at Atlanta.
Okay.
I like Drew Lock. He came back. He's back. Drew Lock's back. Actually, Denver's still bad at football. So I have Atlanta minus 4, winning at home 28-18. Atlanta over Denver.
The Broncos are bad. And I don't think
they're feisty.
Drew Lock might not be good, but I'm riding the feistiness, and I'm going to say the Falcons also aren't good at football. And so I have a close game in the dome. Kind of like an ugly close game. I'm taking Broncos plus 4. Falcons to win. Falcons 26, Broncos 23 in a toss-up of bad teams. Who knows? There's a couple of these games on the schedule this week.
It's my bye week, so I can just not care. Perfect.
That's true. You get a break. You don't have to face the mighty, mighty Dolphins again.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
I don't have a bye week. This is actually like a hard-hitting gambling like podcast, and so we're impartial because we're giving we're giving just our personal opinion. There's like I'm a fan, but like I try to hide it. You know what I mean? I just try to be like straightforward.
You're doing a very good job of hiding it with your hat and the ginormous flag behind you.
Just trying to just be straightforward about it. So anyway, we're gonna go to the Bills game next. So I'm gonna give you my objective opinion. I don't know why. It has a lot to do with the interior defensive linemen. I don't have time to get into it. The Bills' defense has not been playing as well. And for the defense that was completely carrying the team 2 of the last 3 years when they made the postseason, it was because of the defense. And now the defense is average. They're not bad, but they're average. And an average defense versus the NFL's best quarterback isn't necessarily the best combination. So I have the Bills losing this game, dropping to 6-3. I know. I'm a realist. I'm not a fan. I'm a realist. I have Seahawks 31, Bills 24, and I have the Seahawks covering -3. I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong.
No, I have I have yet to pick the Rams losing a game, by the way. For the record, the Rams win every game on my sheets of paper. But I've also got Seattle covering.
Yeah,
I got them 30-24 in Buffalo. But
that's 1 point off of my score.
yeah, I know. But Seattle's defense isn't that great either, so you never know.
I
Anything can
know,
happen.
but man, Josh Allen, with the first 4 games of the season, was the NFL's greatest quarterback that has ever lived.
He is
And
not
the
anymore.
last 4 games
That
this
is no longer
season,
the case.
he's been Josh Allen. And so I'm riding with him. I believe in him. I love him. I got the Wyoming flag over there. You can't really see it. But I don't know that he could go off and they could win the game. But the Seahawks are favored on the road for a reason, and I'm going to take. I got to take the Seahawks -3 in that game.
All right, I mean, that makes sense. We're gonna move on to Chicago in Tennessee, playing against Mike Vrabel and the boys. I like Chicago. The Rams beat them up, but I think they came back last week and did okay. Their offense is probably one of the worst offenses ever, and their defense is it's very good. So I don't know what to think about Chicago. Tennessee, on the other hand, I have no idea what's going on with Tennessee. They will show up to games and they'll show up and be the worst team in football. I have Chicago winning outright in Tennessee, 24-23. Close game, Chicago plus 6.5 points.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. I think last week with Tennessee was like your classic letdown game. The Bengals suck. They kind of didn't show up on the road. It kind of happens even to good teams every now and then. But I don't think the Titans are good enough to run away with the game with the Bears defense. So I have the Bears plus 6.5, but I have the Titans winning 23-17. And like you mentioned, they might have one of the worst offenses ever, and it makes you wonder what Mitch Trubisky thinks, just like sitting there with his clipboard. Like, no, we're so bad. Just let me back in. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, let us both play.
We'll alternate series or something. Just like I don't want to be out here anymore. Okay, Ravens Colts. I could do a half hour on this because I got all fired up about it, and Jamie already got my spiel because Gene was giving me such a hard time about it because he asked me earlier. My friend Gene, he's a Colts fan. I'll send him this so he can, he
gotta
can
bring him
defend
on at least
himself later.
once.
Yeah, we got to get him in here.
Go Terps.
He was like, real quick, he was like, who's going to win? And I was like, well, it's going to be a close game. I think the Ravens will probably win. And he's like, oh, wow. I was like, what do you mean, wow? They have like identical records, and the Ravens lost to maybe the 2 best teams in the NFL. The Ravens' 2 losses are to the Chiefs and the Steelers. And the Colts have had a really easy schedule. And he was like, oh, so you don't think the Colts can stop the run? And I was like, I don't know, man. I think it'll be, maybe, but I think it'll be close, and I think they're going to win. And he's like, but I texted him last week after the Titans lost in Cincinnati. I texted Gene. I said, the Colts are going to win the division. I said that. And he's like, so if the Colts beat the Ravens, are you going to be a believer? I'm like, believer in what, dude? No one's picking the Colts to win the division, and I told you I think they can. Like, is that believing enough for you?
He's doing the Patriots thing. He's in the Patriots thing where like they're the favorites to win the AFC, and they're like, no one believes in us.
I know. Everyone in this room better have a giant chip on their shoulder. They said we couldn't do it. Everyone's like, we said you could do it for 15 years. It's kind of annoying. I have the Ravens winning, okay? So come at me. Ravens 27, Colts 21, Ravens -1.
All right. As the podcast official Indianapolis Colts apologist, that's usually who I am on this podcast. But I will say I do have Baltimore winning, and I have Baltimore winning by way more than 1 point. I don't know. I don't understand how the spread's only 1 point. Honestly, I think Baltimore is the way better team. I got Baltimore 33, Indianapolis 24, winning away. Baltimore -1. Sorry, Gene.
Agreement there. We'll have to have him on next week, and he can either defend himself or make fun of us.
One or the other. Detroit at Minnesota. I like the Lions. I don't know why. I've been picking the Lions for the last 4 weeks. I don't know what's going on.
Kind of works though.
I've got the Lions not only covering, I have them winning outright in Minnesota. Minnesota looked good last week, but I don't think Dalvin Cook runs for 4 touchdowns and 1 billion yards again. So I've got Detroit 23, Minnesota 21. Close game, but Detroit wins and they get their spread.
I was picking this game at the dinner table, and I got to it, and I just said out loud, I was like, I hate the Vikings. And Jamie was like, I didn't think you hated the Vikings. Since when do you hate the Vikings? I was like, no, I hate the Vikings, and I hate Kirk Cousins, and I don't like picking their games. And it's true. Anyway, I agree. I'm rolling with the Lions. I'm picking underdogs like crazy this week.
What was that?
Give me the Lion. What?
There was like a weird gong noise going on. Is Ben Wallace about to show up?
With that?
Yeah.
I hit the mic like an unprofessional podcaster.
Okay. I thought Ben Wallace was about to come in.
I hope not, dude. I actually hope not. Like, it'd be cool to meet him, kind of, but I hope not. Lions +4, Lions 28, Vikings 30. Vikings win, I guess. Who knows? But give me the Lions +4. Okay, Panthers Chiefs. Panthers are 10.5-point underdogs. I picked the Jets last week because they were like 20-point underdogs. I don't have much to say other than it still seems like too much to me. It seems like the Chiefs are just going to like be in control of this game, let off the gas a little bit, and win by 10. Chiefs 30, Panthers 20. Give me the Panthers +10.5.
All right. I like the Chiefs at home. They have the crowd going.
Yeah, that's true.
I have them winning 30-14, covering 10.5. I don't know. Teddy Bridgewater, I think he's good enough to not lose games. He's a very safe quarterback, but I don't think he's going to be able to keep up with Kansas City's offense.
Dude, he's Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I saw it in Buffalo.
It's safe.
It's too safe.
But you're not going to
doesn't work almost that good at all in the NFL. Too safe. You know what I mean?
All right. Ready?
Tyrod Taylor never turned the ball over. But he also never won more than 7
20 yards. Yeah, exactly. All right. My hometown game, Houston in Jacksonville.
Oof. Riveting matchup.
Crazy. I'm probably going to get this on local TV, so I'm super excited about that. Instead of watching like a good game, I'll be watching this. However, I like Jacksonville. I have them winning outright. They haven't won in a while. I think it's about time. That's pretty much it. Like, it has nothing to do with football. I just like, they haven't won in a while. They'll probably win a game.
They probably do.
I got them winning 20-17. Jacksonville +7.
I'm taking Jacksonville +7 again. Underdog week for some reason. Why would I think? No part of me is interested in saying the Texans are going to win a football game by 8 points or more this year. I'm definitely not doing it this week. Jags +7, Jaguars 23, Texans 24. And now I'll go to another absolute banger of a game. Yeah. 3 combined wins between these two teams. What?
Yeah, but they're both in the running for the divisional league.
That's true. No, you're right. Actually, playoff implications on the line. Giants at the Washington football team. Dude, I feel like the Giants aren't that bad, even though they only have 1 win. It's funny. If you think about New York football, it's like the Jets and the Giants. There's only 1 win that separates their 2 records. But like the Jets are just like despair, right? But the Giants, it's like optimism. I don't know why. I don't think they're that bad.
And I heard this on Sports Talk Radio at some point this week, or not this week, but in the last month, where they're like, hey, if you took all the best players from both the Jets and the Giants and combined them into one super team, they'd probably still get Trevor Lawrence. So
they'd go 3-13. But anyway, I'm pretty sure my record of missing every single Washington game, I've picked against them. I've picked against them to get blown out. I've picked them to upset. I cannot get them right. I'm going Giants +2.5. Giants 20, Washington 18.
I'm pretty much there. I've got Washington 23, Giants 17, Washington -2.5. Same thing. I went Washington because I picked their defense up for my fantasy football league, and I had like no other choice. They were like the best team left. I totally forgot about it because I was watching the election
Yeah.
stuff. So like that was the last defense that was like had a
Wait, why do
decent
you still
matchup.
have to pick up fantasy? Wasn't the drafts like a long time ago?
So I pretty much I run my defense off the waiver wires. I pretty much look for the best
Ah,
matchup every week. So I've been running the Rams defense for a while, and they have a bye week this week, so I had to pick a
gotcha,
team off the waiver wire. And I
gotcha.
went with Washington against the Giants because their offense is honestly that bad.
That
So I'm like,
concludes our election coverage, I believe,
yeah,
too. So
we
we
nailed
snuck
it.
it
By
in
the way,
there.
nailed it.
Yep.
Covered all the relevant topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Washington minus 2.5 at home.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah,
Yep.
that's relevant. Yeah, cool. Vegas in LA at SoFi against the Chargers. Vegas is a 1-point underdog. This is 3 in a row right here. We got nothing but riveting matchups this week on TV, and I'm super excited to watch. I have Las Vegas covering. I have Las Vegas winning straight up. I got them winning 24-14 in LA. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think they
even know
might be
why the
good. I'm not
Raiders.
sure. I think they might be good. I'm not sure.
I don't know why they're underdogs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is Herbert good?
he might be good, but I still don't know why. I mean, they're the Chargers. They're gonna like figure out a new creative way to blow a game. That's just like what they do.
Last
Did
week.
it last week. I mean, they do it every week. Like
Last week was hard to that was hard to watch.
brutal. Raiders +1 all day.
Yeah.
We should have flipped a coin for who gets to go lock of the week first because I feel like that might come up later. But anyway, give me the Raiders.
I didn't pick it just because I figured you would, and I think it's your turn to go first. I'm not sure anymore, but
Okay, well we'll address that
yeah.
in 6 minutes. Raiders 28, Chargers 23 in a I guess the Raiders should win this game. Shrug of the shoulders. Steelers Cowboys. Okay, here we go. I like to think I'm gonna make these rules like if it's double digits, no matter what, I'm taking the points. And then it's like it's literally like the Cowboys' fifth string quarterback. I can't.
The new cheese. They were running the Wildcat last week.
I know.
It was it was bad.
And it was like the Wildcat when Arkansas ran it with Darren McFadden back in the day. Because now there's a lot of like Wildcat, well, they'll split the quarterback out and they'll do this and that and motion. It was like we're hiking the ball to the running back and he is going to run. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of Wildcat. And yeah, give me the Steelers 30, Cowboys 10, Steelers minus 13.5. Don't feel good about it. That's a zillion points, but like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think the Cowboys are going to come out this game, and they're not going to win, but they're going to lose by less than 13.5.
Okay.
So I've got Pittsburgh 30, Dallas 20. I don't know why I think Dallas comes out and makes a statement game, wins by less than 20 points.
The 30-20 is the exact same line I picked in the other big spread, Chiefs Panthers. And it was kind of the same way. Like, I don't know, they'll keep it close.
Yeah,
But this one I
know
just
why.
couldn't.
I don't know what's going on with Dallas, man. They're so bad.
I couldn't fake gamble.
Maybe McCarthy would like make up. He had like a triple reverse last week that went for like 14 yards. That was pretty cool. I think maybe he like makes up some cool plays. Who knows?
I don't believe in Mike McCarthy, and I can't fake pretend
neither.
gamble on the Cowboys' fifth string quarterback.
I hope no one actually listened to like the NFL preview podcast where I decided that the Dallas Cowboys are probably going to make it to the Super Bowl. Let's just not talk about that because
no, it's been removed from the internet. Somebody else found it and was like, "This is spreading false information," and they struck it.
That definitely flagged on Facebook.
Yeah.
The very good Miami team is playing in Arizona this year. Probably the best team in the league.
They might be,
in my opinion. Tua had a great game last week threw for like 100 and maybe like 100 yards. I don't know, something like that. But he's playing Arizona now. Arizona's offense is crazy. They're super fun to watch. I think Arizona's a good team. I have them winning 26-24, but I do have Miami covering plus 4.5 points. Miami's. I don't know.
They're scrappy.
They're scrappy.
They have a good defense
They're
too.
out there.
I don't think Arizona is particularly a good team, but I wouldn't have been surprised if the Dolphins were favored in this game after what they did last week. Even though they didn't, I don't know, they didn't look that good last week, but they did, they obviously did enough to get the job done. I don't think they scored the second half. But anyway, I had the Dolphins winning outright. Dolphins 29, Cardinals 22.
Okay, Miami is not that good.
I don't think the Cardinals are that good.
The Rams did everything they could to make sure Miami won that game.
Yeah.
But I mean, DeAndre Hopkins leads the league in receiving yards. I think Arizona might
Here's the thing. Tua played with like a Pop Warner playbook last week. Okay, they eased him in. They were like one read, throw the ball, like step, throw the ball. I think
he didn't do well.
I think Miami has good coaching, and I think they're going to open it up a little more. And I think Miami is going. I don't think they're good, but I think they're good enough to beat the Cardinals, who I don't think is that good. Kyler Murray is a terrible passer. Okay. Saints, Buccaneers. Saints are 5-point underdogs. Man, I don't think Antonio Brown is going to be a huge factor right away. I was talking with Gene earlier today. I think he's going to be the third receiving option at the most, maybe the fourth. Okay, so I don't think they're going to get a huge boost right away from him, like at all. I think it's a division game and you're getting 5 points, so I'll take that all day between two pretty good teams. Saints plus 5, but Buccaneers win by field goal. Bucks 27, Saints 24.
I'm pretty much right there, but I have Tampa Bay covering the spread. I have Tampa Bay 30, New Orleans 24, and I don't know the way Tom Brady's been playing, the way Tampa Bay's been playing. I don't think they need Antonio Brown to make a difference to win this game by a lot of points.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, maybe depth, but
I think they would have done it with or without him.
Yeah.
I have them winning. I have them covering. I forgot to say in the last game, Miami's first 3 running backs also are all gone. They're on the third string running back. I think
running backs are overrated though, man. Yeah. Running backs aren't that important.
I mean, you can what you see in the NFL this week or this year is that you can just keep plugging in different running backs and it just keeps working. It doesn't matter.
It's a new thing.
Monday night, who would have thought the Jets prime time, New England in New York, divisional matchup. This is going to be an insane game. And here's the thing. I have the Jets covering plus 7.5 points.
I don't know why. I don't.
New England 24. The Jets 17. Jets at home covering the spread.
I have the Jets losing by 7. Patriots 20, Jets 13. I don't know what it is. I hate to say it, okay, because I obviously don't like the Patriots, but I'm not a Cam Newton hater. But I think, and I said on this podcast after they played Seattle that I thought they were going to be good. But I thought, man, he's just not looked good. It looks like he's throwing a shot put. I watched the game last week. I don't know enough to break down mechanics, but when he's throwing the ball, it's so labored and it's just so it's late and it's just not. He doesn't look right. I don't know if he's not healthy or what, but I don't think they're going to run away from anybody.
The system isn't looking too good, man.
No.
Is Tom Brady the GOAT? Is he the GOAT?
I mean, probably. We'll definitely address that. I don't know. I can't sit here and believe that it wasn't Bill Belichick though either. You know what I mean? I just don't.
He's still there.
I know. We'll have to address that. I got to think more about it.
Lock of the week. You go first. Hit me.
I'll take Las Vegas. I wrote down 2 options. I wrote down 2 underdogs that I have as outright winners. But since I'm going first, I will take the Raiders +1 over the Chargers.
I wrote down 3. I wasn't sure if Crow was gonna hop on, but I picked that one. I figured that one was gonna be gone. And my third one was just me. I'm like, this is crazy, but I'm gonna pick it because no one else is gonna pick it, and it's gonna be awesome for me to win. I'll probably get bonus points for a million years for this one. And that was Pittsburgh and Dallas. Me picking Dallas to cover, but that's not what I'm going with. I'm gonna go with Baltimore in Indianapolis
Ooh,
minus a point.
Tom
I
G.
think Baltimore wins, and I think they win by more than a point. So there it is.
Both of those reasons, you put those together, you got a lock of the week.
That's a lock of the week.
I was so proud of my lock. I've been terrible at lock of the weeks, by the way. I don't know if anyone's keeping score out there. I was so proud of my lock of the week last week because Pittsburgh was underdogs, and it was like this big matchup with the Ravens and blah, 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 and you stay away from the divisional games and stuff like that. And I was like, the Pittsburgh Steelers are winning this game, and they did, but it was a push. I had them at +4, and they won by 4, and I was like, no, I don't get my 2 points. I finally win a lock. I don't get my points. That's okay.
I think a lock of the weeks have been keeping me competitive in this.
They've been absolutely hurting me. I'm pretty sure I've gotten one.
Because I've gotten, I think, all of them, and
that's huge.
I haven't been doing as well as you, and they've been keeping me in the game, so that's pretty cool.
I went through and I tallied because I wasn't I think we missed a week or whatever because I was getting ready to go hunting, and then I was hunting. I was in the mountains last week. But I have sheets of paper where I've kept track physically of everything, and I went through and I completely tallied all my weeks since week 2, and I'm 51-51.
I'm gonna add mine all up and I'll let you know. For the record, if we miss the lock of the week, is that -2?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, this makes the stakes high.
All right, I like it.
And if you get the score exactly right, you get a bonus point. And if you push, you just don't count it because we're going to go by 1%. So our totals don't have to match up. It's not a big deal.
Sounds good. All right, man.
All right, dude. We knocked it out.
That was quick, but we did it. Well, hopefully we'll get all together and we got to get the schedule lined up so we can knock it out with 3 of us next week.
All right. Until then.
Man. I'll see you later, man.